Howdy, folks. How's everybody doing today? This is Dr. Matt, aka the CHOQTOR, your friendly neighborhood CHOQ Chief Scientific Officer Formulator and everything natural health geek, I guess, right? That's my usual intro. I'll have to work and see if I can find one that's slightly more varied so you don't hear the same thing at every beginning of every show. But that's what I got for now. It seems to be working. Hello, Gamer Nick. How's it going? Gamer Nick, are you new or have you been here before? I don't think I recognize that name. Then again, sometimes folks change their name. But I am glad you're chalked up and ready to go. Howdy, howdy. Who else is here? Looks like we've got about 10 folks already, which is awesome. Wondering if the reminder in the Telegram group was helpful for some of you guys. I've noticed that a couple times when I've forgotten to do a reminder in the Telegram group, I haven't gotten so many folks in here. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Yeah. OGZ Beauty XX, hello. You seem like you might be new as well. If so, welcome. Skylar, I think I've seen you before. Dylan, Sam, you guys are definitely not first timers to my knowledge. I believe you've been here before. Who else we got? Lillian. Hello, Lillian. Welcome. Trion, hello, definitely recognize you. Cool. Who else is here? Akeem, cool name. Hello again. I know you've been here before. Caribbean, nice. That's awesome. Very cool. Anybody else here who's new? Curious how many new folks we have. If you are new, I'll just let you know we're going to do 2 different prize giveaways. Prize number 1 is one of any CHOQ product, and prize number 2 is a T-shirt, which is organic and premium cotton, and then a bag of our heirloom organic cacao beans. And sometime the next, 40 minutes is probably about how long we'll go today, and a couple times randomly around that amount of time, or during that period of time, rather, we're going to do those giveaways, and they are based on random number generation, so everybody has an equal chance to win. Yaneska, hello. Yaneska, are you new as well? You seem like, I'm not sure if I recognize that name or not, but if so, either way, if you're new or not, either way, welcome. Thanks for being here. So, what questions do you have for me, guys? What do you got? What's interesting you today? Do you have questions about CHOQ products? What would you like to know? By the way, we are working on the pre-made bundles that I've been talking about with you guys, and that's going to be dropping pretty soon. I would say probably sometime in the next, around maybe a couple weeks from now. So let's give it somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks, possibly sooner. But sometime in that period of time, we're going to have pre-made bundles again. We're going to drop several at the beginning, and then we'll have more in the future, of course. And the pre-made bundles will be a really easy way to shop, and of course they'll have insanely good deals on them where you will save a bunch of money if you buy the bundles versus buying the single bottles, especially if you do the bundle subscriptions. That's the way to go, really. Hello, Rafatul. How you doing? All right. Sergio, howdy. Let's see. Mr. R says, what's the single most powerful herb in my opinion? Well, Mr. R, let me ask you real quick, just so I answer your question properly. Are you referring specifically to all of the herbs in CHOQ products, or are you talking about just in general? Also, it's kind of hard to say. It's a little hard to answer that question because a lot of the time we're comparing apples and oranges. So, for example, if you said what's more powerful, Bacopa or Shilajit, I would say, well, it depends on which category of performance you're talking about. If we're talking about Bacopa, right? So if we're talking about cognitive support, Bacopa is going to be a little stronger than Shilajit, even though Shilajit's great. If we're talking about mitochondrial energy production, then Shilajit would be more potent, right? Or hormone health would be more Shilajit. So it does depend on the function. So it's a little bit hard to answer that question. Do any products benefit their growth, benefit hair growth or skin? So Skylar, yeah. As far as what we carry, the Shilajit, if you're looking for skin health, is actually going to be one of our best ones because Shilajit, we have research on this particular Shilajit that shows that it can actually upregulate genes that are responsible for collagen synthesis. That's right, this guy right here. And of course, if you don't know this, but if you're into, if you want a product for men, this is our only men specific product. Daily also contains that same Shilajit, the 500 milligrams of this research-based Shilajit with 8 clinical studies behind it. So yeah, that's gonna be the best one. Also, some people do like moss for skin stuff. I personally think Shilajit's actually better for skin, but either one of those might be a good idea. Also, in general, you know, I would say maybe, you know, a lot of people don't know, but vitamin C is essential for collagen. The amount of vitamin C in your body alters the way that your body lays down collagen fibers. So just because you're creating collagen doesn't mean you're creating quality collagen. There's different ways that the fibers can do this thing called cross-linking, collagen fiber cross-linking. And so vitamin C is an essential nutrient in the creation of collagen with high structural integrity. And of course, I think most folks know that collagen is really important for the skin. You know, it helps give skin its elasticity. I have no idea if this is accurate or not, but I believe that possibly one of the reasons that I might look slightly younger, according to many reports, than I actually am, which is 39, could be that I take a lot of vitamin C. I personally take 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams a day. Try not to take less than 2,000. That's kind of my standard, but sometimes more if I feel like I would need more support. Of course, CHOQ does not have a vitamin C, but of course we will one day. But whatever vitamin C you get, just try to get a quality one. Try to get one that's maybe a buffered stomach-friendly form. I'm not going to endorse any specific brands that aren't CHOQ, but I will say just try to find a nice stomach-friendly form of vitamin C that's real gentle. It doesn't have a lot of extra junk in it if you can. Perhaps a calcium or sodium ascorbate-based one, something like that. Anyway, yeah, but vitamin C, very important for collagen. And yes, of course, Shilajit is a big one as well. As well as, you know, some people like the Irish moss for that too, of course. All right. Will the pre-made bundle be a lifetime thing? Gamer Nick, yeah, so here's the deal. With all the different bundles, you know, they'll be available. Like if you purchase a bundle, let's say, for example, and let's say we decide to discontinue that bundle and you're on subscription, in all likelihood, we'll still allow you to have that bundle, you know, unless one of the products has been completely discontinued for some reason. But that's, yeah, that can happen, but no plans for that right now. Hello, Mohammed. Nice to see you. Mr. R says, in general, which one gives the best wow? So again, really hard to say. You know, if you're talking about, it sounds like maybe Mr. R, you're talking about energy. If you're talking specifically about energy effects, I mean, boy, that's tough. If you're talking about single herb, I mean, I guess it'd be kind of out of what we carry, just one herb at a time, you know, not the formulas. I would say probably Shilajit and Tomcat are two of the stronger ones that we carry single herb wise for energy levels. Yeah. And of course, also helpful for hormone balance, for healthy testosterone support. Noting, of course, always the caveat that it's not going to excessively raise testosterone in women, right? That's very important. If you take Tomcat or Shilajit as a female, you're not just going to all of a sudden start growing a beard. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to, you know, it's not going to skyrocket your testosterone levels. So important to know that. Let's see here. The daily cleared my skin like nothing else. Okay, let's see. Cleared my, let's see. Just received Shilajit in the mail. Thinking about getting another product this week. Do you recommend Action 2.0 or the daily? Treon, yeah, so that's awesome. Glad you're getting the Shilajit. That's exciting. If you haven't taken Shilajit before, then welcome to the party, because once you start taking Shilajit, you do not want to stop typically. It's kind of a big deal. But yeah, so Treon, if you wanted to switch to daily from Shilajit, you know, the daily actually has the same dose of Shilajit in it, plus other stuff, and will give you better results for things like healthy energy, mood, focus, support, and of course, testosterone support. And Action 2.0 and daily, those two are a fantastic combo. They're a little bit different. I would combine, if you do, by the way, just in general, so y'all know, for males, this is a fantastic combo. If you start taking these guys just together, even just these two without any other products, this is a great place to start, especially for optimizing, you know, mood, energy, focus, hormones for men. That's a great way to go. They are a little bit different though. The Action 2.0 is going to focus a little bit less on hormone health, and a little bit more, you know, equally as much for energy, a little bit more, I think, for dopamine support. Well, it's kind of almost even for that too. Probably more serotonin support given the broad spectrum action of the rhodiola in there. And then Action 2.0 is going to be a lot stronger for circulation because of the grape seed extract in there, as well as the S7, which is a nitric oxide support nutrient. And let's see what else. Action 2.0 also really good for the cardiovascular system. It's a great cardio formula on top of that. So yeah, the two just make a fantastic combo. Just think of them as like, you know, part one and part two of a two-part series, two-part, you know, blend almost. They're great. All right, what are your thoughts on lion's mane mushroom? Yeah, lion's mane is awesome, and I do hope to have a CHOQ lion's mane at some point. Yoneska, lion's mane is, you know, it's said by some to boost what's called nerve growth factor, right? NGF, and nerve growth factor is helpful for, you know, basically just supporting the growth of neurons in the body. And of course, a lot of people do like it for memory and focus support. Yeah. Let's see here. Any CHOQ products? No, we do not use acetyl carnitine, and we never will. Acetyl carnitine is contraindicated for viral infections. And that's just something that, yeah, I will absolutely never use acetyl carnitine in any of our products or regular L-carnitine. That's a little known thing about them. But from an immune system standpoint, they're really not good. So I personally completely avoid, for me, my clients, my products, nothing ever uses carnitine. Now, of course, you know, it can be helpful in other ways, but there's many other ways to boost mitochondrial function other than carnitine. And it does have a really downside to it. All right. What products would you recommend taking with omega-3? OGZ Beauty XXOO, very interesting name. With respect to omega-3, first rule of thumb is, of course, always use EPA DHA. Those are going to be your two main direct forms of omega-3, not ALA from like flax or something, although that's fine to have in addition. Rule number 2 is take algae, not fish oil. Not speaking because I'm advocating, you know, everybody be vegan. I'm just saying that algae oil is actually significantly safer because you don't have to work with the heavy metals as much. And then regarding the actual question that you asked, what products to take with omega-3, I would say probably the omega-6 called GLA is helpful. You can take that as part of evening primrose, borage oil, or as a food form. Hemp seeds are your best source of GLA. I'm a huge fan of hemp seeds. I put them in my smoothies. They're absolutely amazing superfood. Hello, Laura. Howdy. Welcome to the party. Hello, Hunter. All right. And Trion, no, we don't have a lion's mane. I can virtually guarantee you at some point next year we will drop a lion's mane, though. That's definitely something that's on my radar, and I think it's quite likely. So be on the lookout, Trion. Make sure you're on the email list. Of course, you know, because whenever we launch a new product, we always get the max discount for a certain number of people. All right. Let's see here. All right. Can I take all my CHOQ products every day? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You sure can. Yeah, Mr. R. So yeah, energy. Yeah. So out of the CHOQ products we carry, just as far as single herbs go that are available as singles, your Shilajit and your Tomcat are going to be right up there. Of course, ashwagandha is also a good one. And then rhodiola we don't have by itself, but rhodiola within Action 2.0 is fantastic. So yeah, that's a really good one. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, the CHOQ Daily is amazing. Yeah, that one's fantastic. Yeah. All right, what else we got here? Talk about cycling. Yeah, so Mr. R, yeah, certainly it's not a bad idea to take 2 to 4 days off a month, something like that. That's a pretty good idea with most adaptogens, of course, you know. So if you've got that 30-serving bottle, you can always then on a few other days, if you want, when you need extra support, you can always maybe double dose the Tomcat, for example. You know, that Tomcat you can take up to 400 milligrams, according to the research. So yeah. And Daily and Tomcat, great one, great combo. Jay Dyer mixes all the products in a smoothie. Wow. Oh my God. That smoothie must taste horrible because some of the stuff that's in capsules that we sell, you want to take it in a capsule. So he's a brave man. I have mad respect for anybody who can actually drink a smoothie that tastes that awful. I do not recommend that at all, but that's great if he can do it. But yeah, no, that's going to taste disgusting, especially with the Tomcat. Tomcat, if you guys want to take the Tomcat challenge, open up a capsule, put it directly on your tongue. It'll ruin your day. It's that Tomcat 100. It's so concentrated, and Tomcat, even before it's 100x extract, is just really, really nasty. So very, very bitter. Raffatul says the Daily makes me a little euphoric. Absolutely. Yeah, Daily is great for mood support. You know, in addition to the Shilajit, which is awesome for the brain, the Daily also has the Mucuna pruriens in it. Creatine, which has a natural amount of L-Dopa in it, which is a precursor to dopamine. So yes, the daily is a great way to support healthy dopamine levels. Yeah. All right. Gamer Nick's asking about the Irish moss. Yeah, Irish moss. People tend to use it for immune support, skin support, things like that, and does have certain minerals in it as well. Thoughts on creatine subs, Sam? I'm not a big fan of creatine personally. I haven't seen huge downsides to it. I have heard that you do need to drink extra water if you're taking it. Make sure you're not dehydrated. But I personally am not super into it, but I know it can be helpful according to some. Any possibilities of releasing a standalone cordyceps? Tanner, yes. Very strong possibility that that's going to happen. Wink, wink. I can't give you a guarantee yet because it's not official, but let's just say that's definitely in the works for 2022. I have done a bunch of work to find really awesome powdered mushrooms that work really well in liquid. And I have a company that I'm working with that can do very fine milling to get it down. So when you have mushrooms that are in a really fine particle size, so we're talking maybe 200 microns, 200 millionths of a meter, or maybe even as low as 100, or possibly as low as 50 microns, then not only is it really soluble in liquids, right, where you can even take like a room temperature liquid and it'll just mix right in a couple seconds with your spoon, just swirl it, it mixes right in, but it's way more bioavailable that way. So it's really cool. I'm finding places that will do really awesome, fine particle size, organic, of course, standardized mushrooms for us. And yes, right now I am definitely planning on doing a powdered cordyceps at the very least sometime in the next several months, probably, but definitely sometime next year. I can almost guarantee you that's going to happen, because I found the most awesome source that I could possibly find for it. And then also other candidates would be, like I said, lion's mane, as well as cordyceps chaga. My four favorite mushrooms are lion's mane, chaga, reishi, and cordyceps. Those are all freaking amazing. And I think really like probably cordyceps is a great place to start, because obviously a cordyceps is a very CHOQ type of a mushroom, right? I mean, it's great for athletic performance. It's great for strengthening the, sort of like adrenals, libido kind of stuff. And also a lot of people don't realize cordyceps actually helps with glutathione synthesis. So it does help your body produce glutathione. So, and of course you guys know I'm obsessed with glutathione. We're working on getting this guy back out. It takes a little while for for them to manufacture it. But yeah, we're working on getting Apex back out in a couple months here. All right. So that being said, let's actually do prize number one. And for those of y'all who don't know, I'm setting a timer for 1 minute starting right now. And you have 1 minute to give me just one entry only per person, a number between 1 and 100. So any number between 1 and 100, one entry only. Whoever's closest wins prize number one, which is one of a CHOQ product. And if it comes in after I say done, which is after the timer, then unfortunately it will not count. So make sure you get it in right now. If you're in the kitchen, run over and type it in really fast. If you're driving, then probably don't. Hopefully you're not driving, unless you're just listening audio only, which is cool. But yeah, you got about 22 seconds left. And yeah, let's see who wins. Who's feeling psychic today? Once again, this is for any CHOQ product. Yeah. Okay, you guys got just a couple seconds left on the board. And we are done. All right. Anybody comes in after done, unfortunately, your number does not count. So let's see here. The number was 90. Who is close to 90? Akeem is 93. 92 is Eswana. Eswana, did you just win again? I think Eswana, you won once or twice, haven't you? Nice job. Let's see. I think that's correct. Let me just double check here. Anybody in the high 80s? No. As one of you are our official winner of prize number 1. And as one, I'm sure you know the drill. I believe you have one before. So email CHOQ.com and tell them which free product you would like. One of anything on our website. Wait, JR says I said 88. JR, yours didn't come through. I don't have anything from you, unfortunately. I'm so sorry to say. So JR, sometimes this tends to happen. YouTube will just not include, it won't transmit your comment. And unfortunately, it does suck when that happens, but unfortunately I have no proof on my screen that you sent it. And so that's just kind of the deal with that. Yeah. Unfortunately. And that just does happen sometimes. It's not something I have any control over, but I did double check about 3 times just now to make sure I didn't miss yours. And I definitely did not. YouTube never sent your comment on the chat there with your number. So yeah. So that's just the deal with that. Anyway, stay tuned for prize number 2. We will definitely be giving that away in just a little bit here, guys. All right, what else? Other cool questions do we have here? Let's see. All right, standalone cordyceps. Let's see. Why does the ashwagandha say take in the evening? Sergio, you don't have to take ashwagandha in the evening. You can take it anytime you want. One of the things that ashwagandha does as an adaptogen, though, is that adaptogens have this paradoxical kind of function where they can actually help you rest better and help you get more energy, right? And of course, if you're better rested, you're going to be more energetic the next day, right? So ashwagandha, it's not like a valerian or something where it's just going to knock you out. It's not tranquilizing in the same sense as some of those herbs that just knock you out, right? But ashwagandha is great for supporting healthy cortisol levels. And when your cortisol levels are healthy, then it definitely does support proper sleep and rest. So we do recommend, because of that, taking it at night, but you certainly don't have to. All right, let's see. Trion, can I take more than 1 Shilajit in a day? Trion, from a completely legal, compliant standpoint, it's 1 per day is the maximum per the company who produces that extract. So it is just 1. And again, if you speak with your healthcare practitioner and, that individual instructs you differently, then that's between y'all or whatever. But I have to just give you the official legal answer on that one, unfortunately. I put supplements in the water and then hurry up. Add the monk fruit. Let's see. What can I take as a vitamin D product? OGZ Beauty. I would recommend just number 1 thing is make sure you get vitamin D3, not D2. That's really important. Common higher potency amounts are somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 IUs. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much to take, but that's pretty good. And make sure it's, again, D3, not D2. D3, also known as cholecalciferol, not D2, which is also called ergocalciferol. D2, once you take it in your body, has to first be converted to D3 anyway. And so D3 is just a more direct form that requires a lot less processing by the body. And then if you are like a strict vegan, you do want to find a vegan D3, because just so you all know, regular D3 that's in 98% of products, maybe 99, is sourced from lanolin, from sheep's wool. Some vegans are like, oh, they're just giving a sheep a haircut, I don't care. Other vegans are like very strict about it. So just a little public service announcement. If that is something that matters to you, you do want to get a specific vegan D3 that's made from algae, not from lanolin from sheep's wool. And of course, you're going to pay about 5 times as much per microgram, but that's just how it is. What's the best CHOQ product for digestive health, Mr. R? Well, really, we don't have any products that are targeted toward that. But what I will say is Armor right here, this guy. See if I can get it in focus for you. The autofocus is always a little wonky here. Anyway, so Armor it does have some ingredients in it that can be helpful for nutrient absorption and also helpful for gut health. It's an ingredient blend called estrogen, and estrogen is a combination of a special kind of astragalus and a special kind of nodoginseng extract. So Armor certainly does have some support for that. Hello, Brent. Welcome, welcome. Chuck says, are we live? Always. Let's see. All right. What else we got? Should make a full list of all the ginseng supplements that Siberian ginseng Okay, didn't quite catch what you're meaning, Noah. Perhaps you'd like to clarify the nature of your comment. A little confusing, but yeah, happy to answer. I just ordered every bottle. I take them all at the same time when I wake up. JR or Junior, that's really up to you. Totally. You certainly could if you wanted to. If you're doing a lot of different, you're doing the full CHOQ line, then you may want to maybe take it with some food, because that is quite a few pills to be taking all at once, and some people have sensitive stomachs. Really totally up to you, but that might not be a bad idea. But yeah, you could certainly do that if you wanted to. You don't have to, but you could. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? Laura says, you didn't see my 88 either. Oh, let's see here. Just double check here. No, Laura, unfortunately. Nope. Laura, your comment did not come through the chat either. Yeah. So again, unfortunately, I cannot help when that happens. So I really do apologize for that, but that's just YouTube for you. For some reason, and I've noticed there's been a couple times when literally like 10 minutes after a giveaway, a number will come through where YouTube forgets. It somehow puts your comment in a massive like delay area where then later on it will give me the number 10 minutes later or something. That definitely happens sometimes. So do not know why that is, unfortunately. Could be your connection, could be maybe on a technical level, what you guys might want to try is if you want the best browser, there's two browsers you want to use for a YouTube, because YouTube is a Google company. And so sometimes browser compatibility can be an issue with different websites just from a technical level. So if you want to optimize your chances of YouTube working properly on all levels, use a Google browser. I don't use Google Chrome. I use Brave. Brave is a very secure browser that's based on the Chrome architecture. So it's like Chrome, but it's better. It's a lot more privacy. So get a browser called Brave. I use Brave for everything because it's got that Google compatibility. So it does help with stuff like YouTube and all that, right? Working properly. But it's a way cooler, more secure version. It's like a modified version of Chrome. So for anybody who's having problems with your chat messages showing up, I would say just get the Brave browser, or you get Chrome if you want, but Brave is awesome. So yeah, that might be a way to fix that. Yeah. As Juana says, is the NAC still available? As Juana, we did a special on the NAC recently, and look for another one. Definitely make sure to check. If y'all want to know all the deals that are coming out as they come out, make sure to check every CHOQ email that comes in. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, Laura, unfortunately, no. I wish that it came through, but yeah. Getting mixed answers on when to take Tomcat. Mr. R, it really does not matter at all. I don't think that there's definitive research on, when, and with Tomcat, it's kind of like maybe more about, I think, taking it every day over a long period than it is having to take it at the exact right time. But Mr. R, my guess is going to be there's no actual research whatsoever, most likely, on what time of day to take it. But I could be wrong. Have I looked for that exactly? No. I've never seen it in any of the studies I've looked at. So most likely that we actually don't know. It's probably all speculation. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. And again, with all CHOQ products, as far as timing goes, I would just say for people who are sensitive, for things that are a little bit more stimulating, like, for example, possibly for Tomcat or Daily or Action, those ones you might want to take not too late in the day if you're more sensitive, because they are a bit energizing. But for a lot of folks, it might not matter. Probably just look perfectly fine. So it really depends on you. There's no hard and fast rule that you have to take any CHOQ product at any exact time of day. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. All right. Tanner says ashwagandha, Tomcat, and Daily. Which should I get next? Action 2.0 or Arbor? Tanner, Action 2.0 is fantastic. If you want to take your sort of energy focus game to the next level, Action 2.0 is the one to go with. You can also get the additional mitochondrial energy support quality with the Action. And then Armor is very different. So Action and Armor are completely different, apples and oranges. You can't really compare the two because they have totally different functions. The Armor is going to be more about immune support and also healthy inflammation support. And in fact, Armor you can use for post-workout. You can also take up to 6 capsules a day of Armor if you need some intensive short-term immune support. Howdy, KB. How's it going? Nice to see you here. Daniel, hello, hello. Laura, I believe there is a Brave on iPhone. Yeah. And also, Laura, if you're using iPhone instead of a laptop, to view these, that also could be a huge disadvantage. It's possible that, YouTube might work better on a desktop. So you might want to consider doing desktop as well. But also, if you're on iPhone, use the YouTube app. The YouTube app should work the best. If you're already using the YouTube app on your iPhone and you're having problems, then I would just recommend probably switching to desktop. Yeah. All right, here. When do I take the Tomcat? Kind of whatever. A lot of the time I'll take, it's not uncommon for me to take one earlier in the day in the morning and then maybe one later. I have been known to take, up to 200 or 300 milligrams sometimes of the Tomcat. But yeah, I'm really intuitive with my supplements. I don't necessarily take every single supplement I have every single day. Kind of depends. I sort of feel it out, use my intuition, just go with what makes sense, Yeah. Somebody says the Shilajit better on an empty stomach. It's likely that it might absorb a bit better without competition from food. That certainly is a possibility. I can't say 100% from a research-based standpoint. But JJ, just so y'all know, whoever takes Shilajit, if you take Shilajit and you also take minerals or CoQ10, so like zinc, magnesium, CoQ10, ubiquinol, for example, then you want to take it with your Shilajit because that is a heck of a combo because the Shilajit enhances the absorption of all of those things. So yeah. All right. So let's see here. What do we got? Need info on the cacao beans. So let's see. Regarding the cacao beans, they're pretty straightforward. They're just organic heirloom cacao beans, So, cacao in general, obviously great as like an energy and focus booster, has some cool properties to support cardiovascular system because of the polyphenols, good for circulation, things like that, right? And there also is a little bit of minerals in there. There's some potassium, there's some magnesium, stuff like that. So yeah, that would be the general breakdown of cacao as far as how to use it. Smoothies is the number one, obviously, that's most common. You can also do just super quick and dirty, just to have a nice energy boost. Just put a bunch of them in your mouth and add some honey or maple syrup and just chew. That's a great way to do it. And then, of course, some people will actually brew it like coffee, where basically, you're grinding it up, preferably in a coarse grinder. You're putting it in like a French press or something, and then brewing it. So ideally, if you do it that way, you want to use around 1 to 2 tablespoons per cup after it's ground, obviously, right? And coarse grind, like I said, you want to do about 170, no more than that or so, Fahrenheit of the water, because boiling will not be as pleasant. And then you don't want to steep it for longer than maybe about 5 minutes or so, because it will start to get extra bitter and just less pleasant if you do that. So yeah. All right. And I think actually we're going to do a little shorter show today. And if you guys want to see a really long show, tune into the one from last Friday. We went for an hour and 45 minutes. And I was wearing a cowboy hat. So if you want to see me wearing a cowboy hat. By the way, though, I do have one thing to say. And Oops. I was trying to find our page here so I could show you guys something. Of course, I do want to do a plug for our keto video, the dark side of keto, coming up this Friday. Small possibility I may postpone it. We'll see. But most likely on a Friday. I'm doing a lot of research for it, and it's a big project, and got to fit it all in. But yeah, this Friday at 6 p.m. Central for about 90 minutes, possibly as long as 2 hours. It's going to be a deep dive on what I call the dark side of keto. Check out the picture. Go to the video, give it a thumbs up, and set a reminder so it'll remind you when it's going to happen. And I'm basically just going to going to hammer on this whole high-fat trend and kind of show why there's so many downsides to it, so many more than people think, and why it's not as healthy of a diet as you might think it is. So that might be a bummer to some of you guys who like keto, but there you have it. All right, cool. So yeah, now it's time to do prize number 2. Timer has started. You have 1 minute. So you know the drill. 1 entry between 1 and 100. Get it in as soon as you can. Yeah. Okay, Laura, I did see yours come in. So you were the first one on there. So fortunately came on. Yeah. And JR, I saw yours. Yours came in this time, fortunately. So that's good. You guys have 16 seconds left. Almost there. Who is going to be our lucky winner for prize number 2? All right, and that is time. Cool. So what do we got here? The number is 85. Interesting. Last one. So who's closest to 85 here? Let's see here. And let's see. In the 80s. As one, unfortunately, can't win twice in one show. So you may have been the winner, but you already won once, and that is part of the rules, unfortunately. So we got to let somebody else go for it here. Let's see. So who else is closest to 85? Do we have anybody? I don't have anybody in the 80s. Anybody in the 90s? No. Oh, wait, here. Oh, I got to scroll up here. Here we go. Now let's see. All right. Who's in the 70s? Anybody? No? Huh. So let's see here. Interesting. Tanner is 69. So 69 means that you are 16 away from 85. I don't see anybody in the 70s. I don't see anybody in the 80s. And let's see, who else? Hunter is 68. Wow. So Tanner, guess you'd have to be the winner then. Yeah, Hunter, you almost had it. Let me just check one last time. But yes, Tanner, you do believe to be the winner. I do believe you are the winner. So congratulations, Tanner. Everybody give Tanner a nice round of applause. Email CHOQTOR and tell them what size t-shirt you'd like. And then they will send you your size and style t-shirt and then also your bag of organic heirloom cacao beans. So yeah, that was interesting. Everybody was a little farther away than usual. Typically somebody's like 5 away, 2 away, 3 away. But yeah, great job, Tanner. Very cool. As Juana, you were on fire today. You would have won twice, but unfortunately, again, according to the rules, that's not possible. Yeah, that's really cool. So as Juana, you must be taking a lot of Shilajit. You must be getting extra psychic or something. Anyway, I'm going to head out, guys. Got some other stuff going on this night. Got some really cool chalk stuff in the works. So got some more chalk work to do this evening before I call it a day. I'm going to head out, and of course, I'll be back tomorrow. And then don't forget about Friday for our Dark Side of Keto transmission, 90 minutes to 2 hours of very intense, lots and lots of research, lots and lots of scientific references, material on the dark side of high-fat diets and why they're not a great idea. If you know anybody who's on keto, who might want a second opinion, right, then definitely have them tune in. And of course, if you can't make it, then it will be available for everybody. So much love, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks to all of our regulars as well as the new people. And if you're new, just know we do this every Monday through Friday, so 5 times a week. It's usually around this time. Sometimes it'll be a little earlier, closer to 3, but a lot of time it's closer to 5. And just, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Please also like this video if you can. The likes really help us. Feel free to leave any comments. If there's anything I said and you have questions on, leave a comment, and I'll come follow up when I get a chance. And much love. I'll see you guys in the near future. Hopefully, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And, of course, as always, stay human.